I'd like to ask the Minister for Infrastructure if he will make a statement on the removal, storage and the final deposit of the silt from Peel Marina.
On the Minister for Infrastructure, Mr Harmer.
Thank you, Mr President. The dredging of Peel Marina is essentially to allow the marina to remain operational. The River Neb delivers approximately 3,000 tonnes of silt into the marina each year. The silt has accumulated over a number of years, resulting in approximately 30,000 tonnes needing to be removed in order to return the marina to the published chart water depths of 2.5 metres. The Department has worked with colleagues within the Department of Environment, Fisheries and Agriculture, DEFRA, over the last 2 years to develop an innovative scheme that will provide wider environmental benefits within the River Neb catchment. The scheme will allow the silt to be dewatered near the marina before its transportation to the former Cross Vein mine to remediate the land there. As some of the heavy metals found in the marina come from the Cross Vein mine site, remediating the land will help to reduce the future problems in the marina while improving the upland environment at the same time. The Department has recently gained planning approval for the lagoon needed to dewater the silt and is progressing well with securing all other licences and approvals required for the scheme and hopes to be able to confirm shortly when dredging will commence. The Department is also working with DEFRA to progress the planning application for the work for the Cross Vein mine, as well as looking at the long-term solutions such as reducing the volume of silt and heavy metals entering the marina each year.
Supplementary, Mr Crookall.
Thank you, Mr President, and I thank the Minister for his answer. So from what I can gather from that, we're about to start, but we haven't actually signed any contracts yet with the landowner or the contractor, and we haven't got planning permission yet from DEFRA or licence from DEFRA eventually to get rid of the silt up to the Foxdale mines when we get round to that in a year or two. Can the Minister also confirm that he hasn't got any contracts signed yet, please? And also, can you confirm then, he said about 3,000 tonnes per annum. We have been talking recently about 4,000 tonnes, and when we talk about 44,000 tonnes, which was the overall figure, this brings the figure down to about 30,000 tonnes, you just said there. So that's a huge relief to lose basically 25% of what's supposed to be moved. And can you confirm, please, that there's still a plan to use the pipeline from the harbour up to the lagoon to move most of the silt there, please?
Minister to reply.
Thank you. In terms of the work that's done, the Cross Vein, the planning approval has been for the lagoon in Peel, but the planning for Cross Vein is obviously the next stage that needs to be done. No contracts have been signed. We're still working through the approvals. We do not know we do not have a date at this stage. The timescales are very tight, so when that will happen, it may be that it will be much later in the year or early next year, even in terms of gaining when we're able to do that. So in terms of removing the contractor has said that actually the one compliant contractor is actually would not remove by pipe, but would actually remove by lorry. So to the lagoon. As I say, we're still at an early stage. We're still going through the approvals process. So we haven't actually signed anything at this point, but we have made steady progress.
Deputy Speaker, Mr. Robert Shaw.
Thank you, Mr. President. My question focuses on the Minister's reference to dewatering. If it is the case that the contaminants that collect in the silt over time presumably come downstream either as totally dissolved solids or suspended solids, is he able to explain to or provide information to this Honourable Court about what percentage of these contaminants will actually be released from the lagoons as the dewatering process takes place back into the river? Presumably he's taken technical advice on this, and would he be able to provide that technical advice in a circulated manner to members after this sitting?
Reply, sir.
Yes, I will provide that advice.
Thank you.
Honourable Member to Crookall.
Thank you, Mr. President. Can I just ask the Minister then, when they eventually get round to doing the works and with the amount of vehicles that are going to be used, if they're not going to use a pipeline, I think if we work on, we were working on 45,000 tonnes coming out of the harbour, which is equated to about 45 4,500 wagon loads, or 2,500 wagon loads going to the lagoon and 2,500 coming back, thereabouts at 20 tonnes a wagon. Will it necessitate the closing at all of any part of the heritage track to get to the lagoon? And also, when we get to Part B, or Part 2 of the plan to stop the silt coming down the river, will the Minister undertake to talk to people that use the harbour, in and around the harbour, people that have got a working knowledge of the harbour? They've been there 20, 30 years, some of these people. They know exactly what happens in there, to the tides, to the silt, and what happens. They've got vast amount of knowledge, and I include the harbour keepers there, but quite often we've got all these people with vast amount of experience that never ever get asked for it. We go out to consultation, we ask people to come and do this work, when we've got people around that can actually tell us exactly what needs doing, and probably save us an awful amount of money. Will the Minister commit to talk to those people, please?
Yes. Supplementary, short answer.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Right. Question number.
Sorry, Mr. President.
Final supplementary.
He didn't commit. He didn't answer with regards to the heritage track. Would that require closing at all?
I don't know. That will be within the planning. I don't have the detail, but I will distribute that around that.